Hey yo, so this is day 51 of journaling for 90 days to hold myself accountable for my self-improvement journey and to update my mom on how I'm doing throughout the week. Hi mom. So it's 90 days of no social media, reducing screen time to 3 hours a day or less. Um, Daily morning and evening routines such as stretching, cold showers, um, and some other stuff. I just drew a blank. So resetting my dopamine and avoiding that social media, avoiding sexual content online, and not doing any substances like drinking or smoking, and maximizing productivity for my job as an engineer, my side projects that I like to do, and my combat sports training. And my goal is to build and break habits over the 90 days and observe the benefits, and film it so that I can watch back for future reference, so my mom can see it and to motivate me with people watching it. So today I'm going to talk about why I quit drinking alcohol and smoking, but I still go out on, not every weekend, but I still go out with friends, and why. Today's day 51. It was a good day. I did my routines, I got everything done. It was a pretty normal day, and then I went and hit legs in the gym. Squatted a nice amount today. We are doing well with that. I don't know, not much to say. It was just a good day, busy, got a lot of stuff done. It was good. We're well over halfway now, so I'm pretty good. So why did I quit drinking? There's a lot of obvious reasons. If you ask anyone why they quit drinking, and I would say, to preface this, I was never an alcoholic. I never drank that much, but a little bit. I would have a drink with friends. I would go out and get drunk pretty much every weekend. It's kind of normal at this age, but why I'd quit. So there's some obvious stuff like no hangover, that's one of the big ones, obviously, people always talk about. Yeah, it's certainly one of them. It's an obvious reason, Some people are okay with it, some people don't get hangovers. Another big one for me is my physique, my health, my training for my body. I'm a very fit person. I work out pretty much every day a week, and I also train combat sports a lot. So it's difficult to do if you're drinking regularly. It's not impossible, but it's definitely more difficult. And so that's another reason. There's some of the obvious stuff. Some things, I guess, not talked about is how not drinking is a lot better with my schedule and my discipline, especially with this stuff, being productive and doing the things I need to do every day. That's probably one of the benefits, I'd say. My discipline. It's helped a lot. When I drink, I tend to forget about doing that stuff, and it kind of goes by the wayside. So it makes me more productive on the weekends. Weekends are pretty much the main time I get to spend doing side projects and like hobbies and stuff and training, as well as like hanging out with friends. And you can't do that if you are hungover as fuck all weekend. So that's one of the benefits. I'd say the most important one is my mental health. I struggled a little bit with substance usage a few years ago, and I'll be honest about that. It was it was not great, and certainly wasn't good for my mental health. There's all sorts of issues that come with that. People always talk about anxiety. It's real. I mean, it's a real thing. Hangover anxiety is super real, and it can last days if you especially if you're on like a bender or something like that. So it's just keeping your routine, your body a little more consistent and healthy really helps your mind and the health of your brain. And I think that's super important, especially nowadays. Nowadays, everything's up here, so I'd say it's really important to be healthy for your brain. But so then people ask me all the time, you know, like, why do you still go out? You're sober. Why do you still go out to bars? It's not somewhere that sober people normally are. But I do go out. I still go out. And I'd say that I'm not necessarily out all night. I don't really like closing down the bar, being 2 a.m. in the club. That ain't me, to be honest. I enjoy my sleep. But I still like to go out, and at least for a little while, I'll go out with friends, like a little while in the evening. And there's one main reason for that, and that is to socialize, to build a more confident self-image. You can still go out and you can still talk to people, and most people I talk to are like, I need a drink to go talk to people. I need to go take a shot, and then I can go talk to this girl. It's like, why? If anything, you're dampening, or maybe, I don't know if you're dampening, you're altering your true authentic self. Who are you when you're sober? Who are you, like, who is the real you? You really need to be, you know, fucked up to go, like, interact with people. I mean, I used to think the same kind of way. But I think going out sober builds your true social self. Your true social self. I made that up, so I don't know. Maybe it exists already, but don't quote me on that. But I think who you truly are socially and talking to people is who you are when you're going out and you're not drinking. People are offering you drinks and you have the discipline to say no. It's unique. People, it's refreshing. People are like, oh, that's cool. Like, that's interesting. Especially nowadays, if you're hanging out with people who have a modicum of maturity, they're not going to make fun of you for that. They're going to respect it. And so, I've not encountered anyone who's been upset by my soberness. But I feel like I'm a pretty cool dude. I'm not a Debbie Downer. I'll do the same things that the drunk people will do. Go out and get wild, have fun. You can do it sober. Why not? Builds better self-image, builds better confidence. I'm out here doing this with absolutely no substances. Talking to everybody, having a grand time. At the end of the night, I go home, go to sleep, had a great night. Not hungover, not puking. It's great. Is this a permanent change? As of right now, semi-permanent. I can't promise that I won't enjoy a drink in the future. Or a little smokage. It's alright, you know? As of right now, it's definitely what I need in life. So, that's what I'm doing. But, you know, if I, reevaluate months, years down the line and say, hey, I want to, get drunk. I want to, have a beer, smoke a little bit. Might be something I do. But having this basis of, I know, how productive, how confident, how disciplined I am when I'm not doing all of that means that you build this strong foundation as an adult of not slipping into that habit when faced with challenges in life. It's really easy to drink to forget your problems or smoke to forget your problems. The old avoidance game. And I think it's important that we don't do that. I think it's important that I don't do that. So I'm spending I have been sober for a while. How long has it been? I think the last time I drank must have been in March. Like late March, I believe. Because I remember early April, I had a jiu-jitsu competition. So yeah, it must have been late March, last time I really drank. I don't remember any time after that I was like, I might have had like 1 or 2 drinks past then, but I don't think I remember a time when I was like, I got drunk. And same with smoke, I think it's been a while. And I don't feel the need to. I feel so productive. I went out last weekend with my friends, had a great time, met all sorts of cool people, had some interesting conversations, and every time I would tell someone that I wasn't drinking, that I was sober, they were always super cool about it. It was awesome. So I recommend it, but that's why I do it, for those couple of reasons. But I like going out. I like interacting with people. I'd say I'm kind of a homebody most of the time, but on the weekends, I want to go out. I want to see people. I'm also single, so pretty much the only chance. You don't really get a lot of chance to talk to people when your job is an engineer. I mean, it just doesn't, it's not really any people at my work. I work with like 60-year-old dudes writing VBA scripts. So, what can you do? Go out, still have a good time. I like to go home early. My strategy is I go home early. So I go out for the pregame, and then the first like bar or two, and then I'll leave at like a little after midnight, usually before 1, because that's when everyone's starting to get really plastered. And I don't want to have to deal with that as a sober person, so I'll usually leave around then. And then usually there's other people who are with me on that vibe, who might have just drank a little bit, or, also might not be drinking that night for whatever reason. And usually if I'm sober, usually I drive. I'll just whip to the bars, and I'll DD people because I don't mind driving to the bars. And then if people want to leave with me, I'll drive them home. Pretty chill. Yeah, that's all. I don't know. I'm gonna go sleep.